Wow, congratulations on The World Ends at Camp Z. Um, just off the bat, is it fun to do, kind of a horror action film?
Oh, an absolute blast. You definitely get to do a whole bunch of cool stuff that you don't necessarily get to do, obviously, in real life. Kind of running away from herds of zombies and just being covered in mud and blood and kind of do the screaming. An absolute blast.
Tell me about your character, Vanessa.
So Vanessa is the girlfriend and lawyer to Aaron Price, who's the one buying the new campground. And obviously that leads to, conflict of interest definitely happening there. And she does get a little closer to the camp owner throughout the rest of the movie, which creates a bit of that love triangle that we love to see in horror films.
Who would have ever thought that real estate and zombies would make a good mix? but I've been with a lot of realtors, and I think they are zombies, come to think of it.
Don't tell that to my dad.
Uh-oh. Going to be in trouble. He's selling land out in Ottawa. I mean, it's got some fun in it, but it's really a thriller, isn't it? This is a white knuckle ride.
It's definitely, like a silly zombie movie, right? Like, we're not trying to take ourselves too seriously through any of it, but, our characters are, obviously what our characters are going through, we believe that it's real, but in terms of a movie, we definitely kind of knew that we needed to keep it, somewhat lighthearted and a bit of that kind of campy movie to, the entertainment factor of what a neon kind of zombie movie would maybe be.
Now you've done quite a few things as far as being around film sets. You were a grip and other things. Do you like acting? Is that why you did everything else, was to get into this?
So I did I did do a bit of gripping in the past, yes. And one specific day was my decision that I would never do it again. I have the utmost respect for those guys. Like, they're the ones that kind of, I learned so much from doing it. But one November morning, we were doing a 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. shoot, and it was cold and it was hell. And you tried, plugging in stuff with frozen fingers. And I was just an icicle the whole evening. And I decided that evening, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I'm not tough. I don't have that, the madness that the Grip Electric department definitely has. And I had been acting a bit before then too, but that was my final movie as a grip, was that cold November morning. I decided, no, I can't do it. I'm too much of a sissy.
Now, you worked on a series called Age of the Living Dead.
Yes.
One of my dear friends was in that. Nicola Posner is.
Yeah. She's in LA, right?
Yeah. What a fun series that is.
An absolute blast. Again, I went from vampires with Age of the Living Dead to zombies and World Ends at Camp Z. So I'm kind of doing all the monsters, just missing a few orcs and goblins left and right. But I'm sure that'll come eventually.
Fast
but yeah,
becoming the Scream Queen.
Love it. It's such a fun genre. I mean, horror is just, it's fun to play the sweethearts that get, their hearts broken, which was a lot of what I played a bit before some of these movies. But I like getting dirty and getting to, crawl, and those gurgly type of like dying moments are always lots of fun too.
Do you have aspirations to hop behind the camera and direct?
I don't know if I have the vision necessarily to direct something of my own. I've definitely tried writing a few things for myself. A few of my friends, the producers on Age of the Living Dead, do quite a bit of their own work. And so that kind of inspired me of trying to write stuff for myself. And even that, like, writing is hard. Every other position, I kind of realized I need to be an actor because I can't do anything else.
You've been busy though. You've got a couple of films coming out. Shadow of the Conqueror is
yes.
Are you
that was fun
that
too.
now, or?
So we filmed it in October, and I got to learn how to sword fight for that one. So again, like, super lucky to get to do a whole bunch of these really cool things. And I think that one will take a little bit of post-production though, because there's a lot of kind of CGI that's included in that fight scene. So yeah, I'm excited to see that one, but I think I'll have to be a bit more patient.
Are you happy about the way that this career is turning out? I mean, starting out, doing what you did and then moving into acting it's just got to be a dream come true.
Absolutely. I am so grateful that I get to do this. It is definitely a very fun career, but it's more just the days on set, right? Like days on set can be very long days. Sometimes we're doing 12, 13, up to 16-hour days. And to me, it just flies by. And that's when I knew I was in the right department. I was doing what I loved, because those 16-hour days, you don't even see the time go, right? At the end of the day, you look at your watch and you're like, oh, I guess it's been 15 hours. Like, feels like it's about 6. And there's not a lot of other things that I could see myself do for 15 hours and still come out of that with like a huge smile on my face and go like, we're done, it's wrapped, it's already over. So I'm, definitely huge appreciation for the people who have helped me along the way and kind of get here. But I am for sure blessed to be able to do what I'm doing.
Is every set an education for you?
Oh, yes, 100%. Every character you dive into, the people you meet, everybody has a bit of their own ways of doing things, and just kind of the first few days on set are often just adapting to your new, your new film family for the next 14 to 20 some days, right? But then, you get so close so quickly to people on set. You spend 12 hours a day with, you're constantly problem solving, constantly trying to just get it done and make it the best that it is. And there's just an absolute blast to get to work with the people that are like-minded too, that just kind of want to make the best thing out there.
For The World Ends at Camp Z, were you allowed to go off script and riff a little?
Yeah, we definitely, so we kind of had to almost, because there's quite a few days that we didn't have time to finish what we thought we would get done for the day. And so the next day we were like, hey, well, we need to amend this scene because we won't have time to shoot this. Well, we need to change a bit of this. So we were constantly a bit on our feet. And with the writer, Diane, where we would kind of, okay, what's your, how, and it was a team building, right? Like we would get together, but definitely a few, you always get your little quips that you kind of can throw in left and right to kind of make the character a bit more of your own.
When you're not being Canada's biggest film star, do you go to acting classes and keep honing your talent? Do you take improv classes and things like that?
Yeah, so that's definitely, obviously with COVID, everything was happening through Zoom. So that kind of was not as, it's not the same, right? Like a lot of acting happens face to face, and but as soon as classes started happening in person, I went to Montreal for a few classes, and it's definitely important to always be learning, and you discover yourself through that, and you can bring that to the screen afterwards. So yeah,
it is a very interesting business. I would imagine as you grow in this business, you'll be doing voice work and other things. Are you just doing that now? Are you starting?
So I have done, I do quite a bit of voice work, mostly French stuff. Definitely has helped my career, that I was able to work in both French and English here in Canada. But it's voiceover is so much fun. I have my little closet. I have my booth in my closet, and yesterday I was auditioning for a monkey, so I was in my booth trying to find the right vocal for a monkey, right? And then they want a little scream, and you go, okay, let me try to find my monkey voice. So you just get to put yourself in even weirder situations that you don't necessarily have the camera, because it's animation, you can go way further, way bigger, which is also very, very fun.
All voice actors are 8 years old and just playing pretend. It's true. I was just now talking to Mark Duplass, who is voicing an Apple TV Plus series. It's called Pretzel and the Puppies. And he was telling me, he goes into his closet, he's got a microphone, he puts a sound blanket over his head and just creates these voices. And he says it's the most freeing thing he's ever done.
Oh, it 100%. When you get a character, especially when it's different characters, right? Commercial work is, a bit easy in the sense that it's your natural voice, a bit more, the peppiness and the happy, bubbly smile. But when you get into character stuff for voiceover, then you can absolutely go wild, right? Any type of accent you want to try. And auditions are fun for that too, because that's where, you do most of your work is in auditions. When you get booked, that's the fun part, that's playing. But the auditions is where you get to, work on your stuff and just have fun.
Canada is such a great place to hone these talents. I mean, yeah, everybody seems to want to come to LA eventually and all of that because there's a lot of work here, but you have the freedom of doing a lot of different things in Canada without being hindered by, people pigeonholing you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like, I've been extremely lucky, and a bit, maybe the bilingualism, but in English, I've played a lot of horror, like in a lot of horror movies, right? Like I've died countless number of times, which is always very fun on camera. I haven't quite been dead yet in real life. But in French, I've done a lot more like kids TV shows and like on the whole different spectrum of like acting and I think that combination of the two languages offering me almost like two separate careers has been very fun, right? Because I'm not quite typecast and I get to try just a wide range of different things.
I think the longest running cartoon is from France. It's Asterix.
Oh, it is? I thought it was The Simpsons, because that's been running.
That's the long, but Asterix is older than that.
Oh, wow.
But I think the longest running American TV series is The Simpsons. Yeah. Nice. But Asterix started in the 50s.
Go French.
Whoa. In our final moments we have, what do you think audiences are going to take away from The World Ends at Camp Z?
Well, I mean, the goal is obviously that we always want people to enjoy it as much as we've enjoyed making it, right? We had fun running around and kind of doing all these crazy things. And it is a silly, movie. So just kind of a decompressing movie put on at the end of the night. And just see a whole bunch of pricks slowly making bad decisions and slowly kind of meeting their ends.
It's true. That's what you want in a horror movie. I want to thank you for your time. It was really a lot of fun, and I appreciate the lateness of the day where you are. This is just a fun movie. So everybody just watch it and enjoy and grab some popcorn and sit on the very edge of your seat. That's what we want.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This was a blast.
Bye, Ann.
Bye.